live. Yay, we're live. Woohoo! What's happening, everybody? Bro Bro Plata live on a Thursday, breaking down the wonderful fights that happened this past Saturday at the Flex Forum in beautiful Abu Dhabi. And this is Bro Bro Plata. Comments are live for those of you not watching at home. It's an amazing time to be alive because Brian Ortega's back, Timmy Danko. Brian Ortega is back, son.
You gonna let me talk, Ray, or you're just gonna do an 8-minute intro?
I can do an 8-minute intro if you'd like.
Okay, go ahead. That's fine.
No. How are you?
I'm solid, buddy. I'm fine, man. You know what? I'm happy that our dude Harrison's here because someone finally didn't stand us up. We've been stood up 3 times in a row by guests last week.
Oh boy.
You're asking people to
I
make
know.
comments. No one cares. We're garbage. We're garbage. No one gives a shit because everyone's standing us up. I mean, to be fair, too, people got a hold of us. So that's not a big deal. I forgot or whatever. One guy was golfing, whatever. And and the other guy's in Australia, time, whatever. Yeah, that's the thing. But one person just straight out stood us up, then ghosted us.
Yep, we were supposed to have a guest on. Didn't exactly happen. I'm gonna work to see what's going on with that. I did see that we got one view in Tokyo, Japan. So I'm wondering if they heard and went, "Fuck this, man."
Hearing Ray say "motherfucker" the third word in, and they're like, "Yeah, forget this." And it's Islamophobia and whatever other stuff.
Oh, I'm not Islamophobic.
Yeah, okay.
I just don't respect any religion. That's my thing.
So there's that. All right. So that's why it's one of the reasons she probably said no, fuck this, no. But the funny thing is, we did go through this person's manager, and I mean, it's really the manager's fault. We didn't do anything wrong.
We might have had the wrong day. I don't know.
No, we didn't have the wrong day. We didn't have the wrong day. Even I did math. And if both our math, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we both got the math wrong. That would make a lot of sense to me too. But this was pretty simple math. This was pretty much just counting. So I think what happened is, no, it wasn't our fault. We didn't lie when we asked for the interview. No. And I think if it's anyone's fault, it's the manager's fault for not being like, "No, this is not something she wants to do." So
yeah, I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I don't know what happened with that. I kind of want to just assume
that would hurt the
and
most
move on.
Like I said, now we're getting ghosted. So
yeah, I mean that's where our podcast is going. We are now the Tinder date of MMA podcasts.
That's true.
We get ghosted a lot.
If any 2 guys are going to get stood up, it's going to be us.
Yeah, I was about to say, we are the epitome of I'd rather be washing my hair that night.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah. What's on Netflix? Yeah.
We're the friend zone of MMA podcasts. Oh man,
that makes sense.
It could. I mean, it's one of those things where you just kind of go meh at this point and keep breaking down amazing fights because I think that's what we should do. Definitely, dude. And there was so many great fights this past weekend. We're gonna get into a lot of it. The most surprising, obviously, and we'll get to it towards the end of the show just because we're an MMA podcast first and foremost. Lomachenko versus Lopez.
We're a nonsense podcast. Let's talk about it now.
Okay, hey, I'm trying to be professional, sir.
Well, you know what's going to happen? The more you try, the more I'm going to try to derail it, right?
I know.
And I want this podcast to do as great as possible, to be as effective, not effective, but I don't know, as watched as possible. What's the word I'm looking for? Successful. That's what it is.
Successful. A word I've never heard in my life, to be honest.
A word it took me that long to remember the word successful. What does that say about my life? I want it to be, but the thing is, I don't want it to be if I can't just derail all your ideas and your thoughts the entire time. So
that's what a big brother should do, to be honest with you.
Keep you in check, buddy.
You're just like my dad and my mom. Just keep me in realistic things, but I always want bigger and better for myself, just because. I want to feel welcome and loved. That's all I
don't know what you're talking about. Maybe we should just talk about fights.
It happens. I like your shirt, by the way. You're wearing a River City Comedy Festival T-shirt.
Yeah, this festival never happened. It's like the Fire Festival of Comedy Festival.
Yeah. See, though, I here's the thing. Like, I don't even think the catering could be that good at Rubber City as the sandwiches that we're given at Fire
the
Fest.
Funny Stuff Comedy Club. So I mean, they got good stuff up there. Chef Tony does it right.
I'm not gonna hate on Chef Tony's steak. If you're ever at the Funny Stop, you should go get the Funny Stop steak. Just because Chef Tony, not only does he own a cigar shop, the Smoker's Den, which you should totally check out, but the man cooks a steak like a man. It's an amazing steak, dude.
Like a man? What does that mean, right?
Dude, there's some men out there, myself included, that cannot cook steak at all. And Chef Tony,
you said he cooks it like a man.
Yeah, he cooks
Women not cook good steak, right?
Oh no, I've ran into some women that can definitely make a steak.
Why are you saying that? Look,
why are you calling out my sexist belief?
And you're misogynistic. You're being sexist on the podcast. That's why the Crazy Pride lady wouldn't do our podcast, because you're sexist and Islamophobic.
I'm not sexist. I love all women. It's especially if they're. I won't kick any of them out of my bed. It's a perfect harmony of love for all women. Really.
I'm sure they leave first.
And usually crying.
We need a soundboard. We need a roll-off soundboard. We need a show bomb.
Boo. It would just be boo. Why are you?
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of boo. Just straight booing.
It would definitely be it would not be a good soundboard. It would be all Mel Gibson clips for me. And then Tim, I don't know what his sound clips would be, but it would just be a lot of misogynistic clips for me, without a doubt.
It would just be Scott Stapp noises, like stuff like that.
When dreaming.
Yeah. Or geesh. What was I gonna say? I forget already. Oh yeah, the Price is Right losing sound, the womp womp. That'd work well too.
And then every time I talk, you would hear the Matterhorn guy. The yodel, because I just take so long to get to my points in life that it would be
yes, we need an explosion to show
bomb car crash, like the old Opie and Anthony car crash. I think that would be a good one for me, always derailing stuff, and you, although that would be a chugga sound if you really think about it.
Whatever, I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
But yeah, man, we to really get us back on track, because Lord knows we have fallen off like the kid in the Standing Outside the Fire by Garth Brooks. We definitely derailed that one. Wow, that was a bomb and a half. That was 2 years.
Start over. Just delete everything we've done for the last 8 minutes and start over.
No, motherfucker, because we're awesome and we're sexy. We're the most amazing podcast ever. Man.
Sure, we need to just, fucking don't fuck. Oh, nothing. What's going on is, like, I've been getting weird headaches, so I'm thinking I'm just going nuts. I need to get an MRI. I don't know what's going on. Right? I'm just saying all these things just so I have excuses for not being able to fucking make sentences complete. Damn it. It's pissing me off. The brain's not working correctly. Whatever. Let me drink some vodka.
Yeah. I actually have a vodka cranberry I need to throw out. It's been there for a little while, and I'm not drinking today. Yeah, I know.
No, what I was going to say is we shouldn't be burying the lead for 9 minutes, right? We have to talk about this jiu-jitsu movie with Nic Cage.
Dude, yes! What? Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Everyone needs to see this trailer.
If you've not seen this, Harrison, find a way to pull this up. We need to watch this together. Yeah. Right now,
his new movie coming out called Jiu-Jitsu.
And it has no whatsoever, by the way. It's beautiful. What?
No what? You broke up. What did you say?
Oh, I said this movie has zero jiu-jitsu.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say plot. I'm like, that's pretty much true too. But no, the plot is that aliens come down for some reason to fight jiu-jitsu fighters, and they all have swords, which is weird because that's not jiu-jitsu, I don't think so.
When I saw this trailer, I could not believe what I was like. I was like, oh my God, is he really doing like a jiu-jitsu? Is he gonna be the trainer? Is he gonna be like is this going to be a full jiu-jitsu movie? Finally, we're going to get a movie about jiu-jitsu.
He's playing Nicholas Gracie.
Yeah, like no, not even that. Like he's just some dude who like has a gym and he's got a down and out fighter or something, and he's like the trainer. I thought that was gonna be. We're gonna finally see a movie that shows jiu-jitsu in its purest form with Nicolas Cage. I'm all for it.
Purest form, swords and aliens.
I know. Dude, like watch it, and then all of a sudden the alien shows up. What's your thoughts on the alien that's going to be the bad guy-ish in this movie?
I don't remember what it looked like. I just remember, what did it say the plot was? Something like every so many years, aliens come to Earth and pick a different style of fighter to fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the jiu-jitsu one, man. I want to see the boxing one. Or no, you know what? I want to see the bare knuckle boxing one. How about that? That'd be fun.
Yeah. The alien
so that Russian slap fighting. That's what I want to see, the movie where the aliens come down to take on that giant cupcake dude from Russia who knocks people out to slap. That's what I want to see. I want to see an alien fight that guy or fight maybe Butterbean. That's what I want to see. That's the movie I want to see.
Yeah, why is he not in this film, by the way?
Butterbean versus aliens. Jiu-jitsu, I don't know. It should be in most films.
This movie looks, and like the CGI, the CGI in this movie sort of looks, like what's Journey to the Center of the Earth with who the mummy
Brendan
guy?
Fraser?
Yeah, it's that bad. It doesn't look good. And apparently, this has been a movie already in, I think, South Korea.
That makes sense.
A South Korean movie that they're remaking with Nicolas Cage and I think the actor from the South Korean version. But like the alien looks kind of like the bad guy from Thor 1. Like he almost has that kind of like facial thing, or he looks like a character straight out of Mass Effect, like the video game. If anybody knows Mass Effect, this thing looks exactly like it. And man, when I saw, like, I was happy to press this trailer because I'm like, oh my God, it's Nic Cage in a fucking, what's it called? Martial arts movie. I'm already down. Like, he showed his martial arts prowess in National Treasure, so I'm already in. Like, Francis Ford Coppola's nephew all up in the martial arts movie. I'm
Bangkok Dangerous was another one.
Yeah. Bangkok Dangerous. Oh my God, man. Like you watch this thing and you're like, why? I'm not, like, immediately I'm like, please tell me this is going straight to Netflix. Tell me this is going straight to Netflix.
After this, I'm waiting for the Matthew Modine judo movie.
Where he calls out a demon from the upside down. Is that where we're going?
I guess, man.
I wish Arlie Hermes is like set his old sensei, just calling him white belt Joker. I think that would be a funny. But this movie, I'm gonna wait to see it, and we'll review it when it like comes out on like video on demand in a few years. When
it comes out on VHS. I feel like this will be the first movie in years to go straight to VHS. That's how well it's going to do. They're gonna fuck it. Let's just make it. The only way this is gonna sell, if we make it a novelty album. Let's make a novelty item. Let's make it VHS tapes and selling it in exchanges and in car washes.
Yeah. Oh, this is definitely an exchange find. Like, this is a movie. You go to the exchange, you plop down your 99 cents for jiu-jitsu.
Like, give me some garbage, and there it is.
Like, I've seen some pretty low budget like martial arts movies in my life. Like,
Gymkhana.
I still haven't watched that. We need to watch that.
It's amazing.
We need to watch that movie together on this podcast, just because I think it would be that thing, that puts us over the edge of making fun of a movie where a guy has a pommel horse and he's just kicking people.
Making fun of. That's the greatest. It's the greatest fight scene in the history of fight scenes.
Bullshit. And I'll call you.
You know what? I don't. Well, you don't be right, but it's pretty damn good, man. The pommel horse scene is amazing. But those are the martial arts I really want to study, man. Gymkhana, Joe Sando, and hip hop keto. That's the other one I want to do now.
What's hip hop keto, bro?
Like the Black Ranger from Power Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hip hop keto, the shit he does, like hip hop, karate, or whatever. That's what I want to learn to do. I'd be a real badass if I could do that. If I could pop and lock it and kick your ass at the same time. Goals, life goals.
Yeah. See, one of my favorite like fight scenes in a movie is anything from Sudden Death with Jean-Claude Van Damme. If you've ever seen that movie. It's brilliant. It's Jean-Claude Van Damme fighting his way around the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh during Game 7 of the 1992 Stanley Cup Final. It's adorable. Like you're just like, oh my god, I've been in that hallway. I've been in that. If you've been to the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, it was a beautiful place. It's now a parking lot, but it's still one of those like awesome old arenas. And watching Jean-Claude Van Damme like scissor kick people, I'm always about, man. Like it's so fun. So fun.
Harrison, did you find a poster for this movie? Is this something we can do? I don't know.
Yeah, find like a poster. We need to show people Nic Cage. I want to say Nic Cage because of the wrestler. But
of course you do.
Yeah, it goes. My mind goes.
I told Ray this the other day. This is important. I've been hanging out with Ray so damn much that for whatever reason, Facebook is recommending that I buy AEW action figures for some reason.
They will become collector's items soon. They will.
What the hell is happening?
It's just because I'm awesome and my mental telepathy to send you things you should know.
It's feeding into my my Facebook feed. I mean, I did get that vintage hockey T-shirt website. I do like that one actually. So that one's okay. But this one. They're 1 for 2 on that one, man. That's
why are you hating, sir?
They also sent me the website where you can buy your own championship belts, and they're right on that one too. I think now I want multiple championship belts.
I love a good custom title, and I like a lot of like MMA organizations have some legit cool belts that they make for that, like trying to think. Honor has a pretty good one. I've never seen Cage Thunders, but I assume they have a pretty legit like belts to give to people. Maybe we can get Andrew Law to be back on this sometime in the near future. We need you, Andrew. We need the views. We need the views.
No, we don't. We're perfect. We're awesome.
The views, by the way. No
one cares.
I know. I want to say this to anybody that be watching this in the future, listening to this on our lovely platforms that we are on. Just search Bro Bro Plata for that, and we'll be putting up more posters and stuff for our episodes as well coming up. And the thing I love is Brogan Enders got us a shit ton of listens and plays. His Andrew Law has been surpassed by Brogan Enders with like 55 plays on that episode. And thank you to everybody that watched that. And hopefully you guys will listen to more of our episodes because we're pretty awesome.
Yeah, Ray, what you forget, Ray, is what do those 2 episodes, Andrews and Brogan's, have in common? Answer: us, like all the other episodes. So
yeah,
we know the stars are here.
Yeah, well, obviously. I mean, look at us. I'm in my awesome Grog Shop T-shirt.
Audio wouldn't stop cutting out because every once in a while I hear like half your sentence, which would be a good thing usually if I didn't have to play off of what you're saying.
I know. It's probably my laptop, to be honest with you. And if you want to help us get new laptops and stuff like that, just click our support link on Anchor FM or Spotify or wherever you listen.
Give money to charity. Or Harrison, one or the other.
Yes, Harrison definitely needs a paycheck as well for us on a regular basis. He is definitely the Dana White of this podcast. He keeps the whole thing going.
I'm pretty sure he's not here. I'm pretty sure he left. It's okay.
Oh, I can see him being all pretty. Oh my gosh.
There it is. Oh,
well,
it's gone
no, he's
there.
This
there
thing
it is
just a dandy of a poster. I right here looking like he should an extra in The Last Samurai.
I want that wig when he's done with it.
It's all about my sword. All about my sword. We gotta make sure that we keep the world safe.
It's like I'm almost positive that guy just doesn't turn down movies anymore.
He doesn't. I think he got fucked over in a divorce.
Yeah, I knew that.
And like now he just says anything to pay alimony, and hats off to him. I mean, and I love Nic Cage. I love a lot of his movies. Some of his movies are some of the greatest fodder for comedy I've ever seen, and also some of them are some of the best written movies I've ever seen. I don't know why. He's great in a lot of films, man. Nic Cage rules.
Yeah, well, he was in one of the most original movies I think I ever saw. And that's Adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's, he's great in Adaptation. He plays twin brothers and that are kind of nuts, and writers, which writers are nuts, but
yeah.
Who's that? Charlie Kaufman? Is that his name?
I believe that was the guy who was based off of.
Yeah, and he also he wrote
character.
And he also wrote Turtle Sunshine and Being John Malkovich, and that guy writes some weird ass movies, but they're awesome. And he was awesome in that.
I'm trying. I love the fact that he's related to Francis Ford Coppola, and then was like, "I'm gonna be on my own merit," and then he makes Ghost Rider. Like I love
Ghost Rider.
Me too. Ghost Rider's dope as shit.
I heard they're gonna bring that back to the MCU, Ghost Rider, but I wish they would just bring Nic Cage back because I know they won't, but I want him to so bad.
There's petitions out there to make that happen,
really?
And that's why I love the internet.
Man, I hope it happens.
I would love for the Multiverse of Madness to be that movie, like that brings that all together.
Like, especially if they're just going to introduce the character in like an Avengers type movie or someone else's origin movie or whatever. If they're not going to do another Ghost Rider origin movie, then it doesn't really matter who they have, as long as they don't have anyone who's terrible. So get Nic Cage. He's done it before. Everybody loves him. Put him in there. Give him the jiu-jitsu wig. Kill it, man.
What was Ghost Rider's name? Johnny Fury or whatever it was.
Something like that.
It was like Johnny Blaze. That's
Johnny
it.
Blaze.
Yeah, I'm Johnny Blaze. I've been Ghost Rider for 100 years. Next thing you know, Sam Elliott comes through again.
Sam Elliott
talking through his dentures.
It's true. And also get Sam Elliott in the MCU somehow. I don't care how. Let's get him in there. Just get him in there.
Oh my God, he did a thing for a political ad recently. You can tell he's wearing dentures. And I'm like, oh, Sam Elliott, you were so good.
Dentures? Like he wouldn't get himself some veneers? You know, he's Sam Elliott.
I don't know.
That's a big commitment, though. You know, you got to have your teeth like grounded down so they can put the implants in or whatever. I think. Yeah.
I don't know. And there's a lot of people that wear dentures, and you're just like, why? Yeah, why not just get like the actual like put in?
Well, they're more expensive. I know that much. So
yeah.
Unless you only need like one or two. Actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making stuff up right at this point. Haven't been to the dentist in way too long, so I can't tell you at all.
I recently went, and it was hell. The cleaning was pretty deep because I don't take care of myself.
Did you say dentist or colonics?
Colonics are not covered anymore under my Medicaid, so I kind of.
You said the cleaning was deep. I wasn't sure what you meant.
Yeah, they just like shoved a fucking tube down my throat and filled me with water, made me look like a balloon. I almost looked like Violet from Willy Wonka.
Fantastic. You know what really sucks? Going to the dentist sucks bad enough, but going to the dentist with Tourette's syndrome really sucks. Harrison will tell you.
I can only imagine.
That's one of the reasons I haven't gone in so long.
Oh,
terrified to go.
Oh no! Yeah, that would have to be horrifying. Like I see Harrison nodding his head and saying yes, and yeah, I can admit. Oh my God. Like it's hurting me just to think about it. Like I'm having sympathy pains for both of you. This is a little bit.
So I don't go. My doctor asked me the last time I went to the dentist. I'm like, have you gone to the dentist with Tourette's syndrome lately? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can assume like the stuff they were doing, like scraping my teeth and everything, it's like, yeah. Have you seen the robots that they're working on now? Like dental hygienists that are going to college. They're actually working on these robots. and they're like
That's
constantly
comic
moving
cars.
their jaws, and it looks weird, but it's also like, yeah, that's kind of what somebody who's scared of the dentist, like, or has some kind of neurological disorder must look like, where they're just like constantly moving the jaw. And
yeah, if you want to know what it's like to clean my teeth, just put the quarter in the robot, watch it vibrate. That's pretty much what it's like. All right, let's talk about these fights. I always say every episode we need to get right to the fights, and I'm usually the one that derails it.
I was willing to go in, and then you were like, you're burying the lead with this Nic Cage movie, which, again, I'm so glad we got to talk about that, and we'll bring it up a lot until it's out. We might I might shell out the VOD money to do it. I want to watch that movie. I do. Or even like use it on like Cody. I would love to use Cody to watch that movie and be like, oh my God, this movie is so exactly how I thought it would be. Yeah, this is the meandering we talk about on the podcast that we do. But
I'm lost now too. I'm trying to pull this card up.
Well, I mean, we first let's start off by talking about
there was a zombie.
There was a zombie getting pushed back. He fought like The Walking Dead. Like there were signs of life. There was signs of life in this fight, but it wasn't completely like he didn't fight like the Korean Zombie at all, dude. Like, I don't know. He had some good combinations, but T-City came out hardcore, sir. Like, I loved how Brian Ortega came out in this fight, dude. What do you think about it?
Yeah, man, I want a Korean Zombie to win, so I'm a little disappointed talking about it like this. But yeah, Brian Ortega looked fucking awesome. He looked great. Looked the best as we'd ever seen, for sure. And dude, he beat Korean Zombie on his feet, which, I mean, Ortega's more of a jiu-jitsu guy, and you think the guy who had the stand-up advantage would probably be Zombie, but it wasn't like that at all.
No.
Ortega fucking took it to him. They did make a pretty good point. I think it was Cormier about the crowd not being there, and for someone like Zombie who kind of fights on adrenaline, it seems like he does a lot of times. Maybe it's a bigger deal for him not having a crowd. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Just the thing, until they do it, you don't really know how it affects guys. And we've been seeing so many now. We're just like, well, this is how things are now. So that's how you have to fight. Just, fight the way you fight with the crowd. Without a crowd, you kind of have to do it that way now. And we kind of forget that, that some guys can get affected by that. And he hasn't, neither of these guys have fought without a crowd before. But, yeah, man, Ortega crushed him. He looked fantastic. And I'm guessing he'll make it the next shot at featherweight title. Against,
they made it official.
Volkanovski. Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I didn't see that, but yeah, that makes sense. He's gonna fight Volkanovski, and that'll be good. I mean, if he fights the way he fought Jung, it'd be a heck of a fight for sure.
For sure, dude. But like the thing with this fight too, that was kind of strange to watch, and I agree with you. It's probably having no crowd affected the Zombie in a way that a lot of people don't really understand when it comes to like athletics. There are guys who, if the crowd is hot and the crowd is really into it, football, hockey, any kind of thing, like teams and athletes definitely, vibe off that shit. And it proved that Korean Zombie was kind of a big fighter if the crowd is there. And what really kind of saddened me too about it was, I think it was the third round, he started slapping his own head, trying to get himself into it.
Yeah. That's true.
That was a very weird thing to see with the Korean Zombie, because we never see that. He got knocked down a few times, got up, but he never like went for this motion ever in the past. That's
true. I think I don't know. I have to look back, but I believe him. I'm going to believe you. They're saying he hasn't, but he doesn't have to usually, because it's usually, he's getting punched and he's usually in it. I don't know. Maybe it's something like that. That makes sense. You know what though? No excuses, Ray. You know how many comedy shows I've done to no audience? All right.
I can only imagine it's probably 5,000 or 6,000 less than me.
A good bit. So, and when I played tennis in high school, no one came to fucking watch a tennis team. So yeah, just get it done. Do your job, Ray. Get your job done.
I agree. And I mean,
no one's listening to this podcast. We're still doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it for Harrison.
Well, I mean, as long as we have somebody who's pretty, I'm always down for that. And Harrison, our houseboy, is the prettiest of all. But what do you think of Brian Ortega's just ability? Like his striking ability looks way better than it did.
Great. he took all this time off, and people wondered why he took all this time off. Well, he was awesome. That's what happened. He was getting awesome, even more awesome than he was before. And he looked fantastic. The only thing I didn't like is his haircut. He did the shaved head thing. Didn't like it. I liked his dreads. Got to get those dreads back, man. Got to start doing the grow. Start growing them out again. Growing them out. Get those dreads back. Dreads look badass. Bald for him doesn't quite work, man. I don't like it at all.
You didn't like the Uncle Fester look? I kind of liked it.
Not for him. A lot of people can pull it off. I mean, it's not that bad, but the thing is, the dreads were just so much better. So, I mean, I got to think. Dreaded Ortega is, well, as of now, is not the better fighter, but he's a better looking man for sure.
I see. I'm not a fan of dreads on fighters outside of well, I mean, he is, but at the same, I was about to say that I don't even know what I'm just drop it.
I thought you were going to say outside of women, and I was going to call you sexist again.
No, those are just nice to pull. But that's just me.
Now and resident pervert Ray had to make it weird. See, this is why we're garbage. Things like that, Ray. Things like that.
It happens.
Jeez, we're having a nice conversation about fighting and haircuts, and you make it freaking weird, man.
But no, I don't know. It's just when it comes to hairstyles, I think bald is cool because one, I'm a big fan of Fight Club, so anytime I can call someone a space monkey is always the fun thing, because I love the book and the movie. That's what they called the recruits. They called them space monkeys, and because it's just nobody cares. Again, I'm going too much into it. This is what happens when you smoke a lot of weed before a show, folks. But yeah, man, I like that look on some fighters. I'm always a fan of what I have. That's always a good one. I don't know. Just long hair on a fighter to me looks weird. I'm that weird guy. Clay Guida pulls it off, but I don't know. I don't like the man bun. I hate the man bun. I was watching my buddy play UFC 4, and his guy had a poofy up here man bun, and I just wanted to rip it off. I
don't like those that are just the top of the hair. That's weird. Those top knots, those are weird. And I think I don't put mine in a bun ever. Every once in a while, I'll ponytail it just because it's get out of my face. But I usually don't go out in public like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just that weird guy who likes short hair on dudes. It's a thing. It's an old school thing that I can't share.
Yes. And yes, do you like your marriages to be between a man and a woman as well?
No, right? Anybody can marry whoever, even animals.
The men work, women stay at home and take care of the kids, right? Old school Ray.
No.
See, look at this guy.
Don't
He's ruining everything, man. Being that guy. all these isms and phobics, all these phobics. All the phobics, this guy. Islamophobic, sexist, whatever. He's modern phobic, I don't know what that means. Long hairophobic, manophobic. He's rock star manophobic.
I love you. You're so fun.
Men bonophobic.
Bonophobic? Is that
bonophobic? That's if you hate you too. Yeah.
You read my mind, you bastard. I love you. And then edgephobic is just guys who are afraid to edge while jerking off. That's the
and he goes pervert again every time
because I can.
You know what though? I'd rather you not though. We just skip all the pervert stuff. Just skip it. You know what? Next time you think of something really perverted to say, again, do the chance song junk. Hit yourself on the head. Teach yourself a lesson. Be get it out of there. Get the bad thoughts out of there. Let's keep going. Talk about fights.
It's fun to be perv. It's fun to be perv sometimes.
Not on this show. It's not.
For me, it is.
All right. So what are you going to say about this? We're going to talk about a chick fight, a ladies MMA fight.
Oh no, this is actually to me. I've in women's MMA. There's very, I hate to say this, very few high level on a main stage of striking for female MMA than what we watched with Jéssica Andrade and Katlyn Chookagian. That's it. Okay. If I can speak here, folks. But Jéssica Andrade,
moving up a class.
Moving up to 125 after being a 115 champion for a hot minute.
She's also fought at bantamweight, man. She's not even big. She's 5'4". She's little.
But
5'3". Yeah, she's small.
But dude, like Chookagian to me really didn't have a shot. I mean, outside of using her length to really kind of do anything to Jéssica. And wow. Just wow.
She's doing it for a minute there, but I mean, Andrade is like a little pit bull, man. She's built like a little power pack. She's like 5'3", and she's a little beast. And dude, she hit her with that really nice body shot, right? It was like the beginning of the end there, and the finish her. Yeah, she's awesome. And I mean, she was one of the top strawweights. Now she fought, I think Chookagian was the number one ranked.
Yeah, she was the number one contender. Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe Andrade, they may have her take another fight. I don't know against who, but Jennifer Maia is fighting Shevchenko, Valentina Shevchenko in November. So after that, it may be on Andrade, even though she's only had one fight there. So she's moved up, but she fought the number one lady and beat her.
Yeah, man. Handily.
Handily and finished her quickly. So I'd say, yeah. And she's fought for titles before. She had the title before? Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she was the 115 champion.
Yeah, because she knocked out Rose with that slam. That was So she's had a belt before. Has she fought Shevchenko before?
I don't think so. Either Harrison or you can look this up. But yeah, man, like you look at the 125 division right now, and with Jéssica Andrade now kind of being the, like, how can I put this, gatekeeper to the belt. And she'll even get her own title shot after the Jennifer Maia fight coming up. It's interesting to watch this division because of the level of savage that the women's 125 division has, dude. I can't stress that. It's disturbing.
Yeah. Let's see if Harris could pull this up. Just to see where we are with the flow of this here show. As he's patiently waiting for me to say what. The women's UFC flyweight rankings. If you can try to find those, they'd be on the UFC's website. They have a category you pull down on the menu that says rankings. I don't know what they are. But yeah, I mean, eyes up there pretty close. But no, Andrade has not fought Valentina Shevchenko. Mm-hmm. So now I'm excited to see it, right? After she fights Maia, who is good, but I don't think she'll you know what? If they give Andrade another fight before then, it would probably be Calderwood, right? She's up there too. She just lost to Maia, but she'd be up there too. Jéssica is up there, I think. There's a couple other ones I can't remember.
And no offense to Miss I, but I think that would be, because look at your number one and your champion. Both are complete powerhouses in a small frame with Valentina, and now you have Jéssica Andrade taking that number one slot, most likely beating the number one person. She's now the number one flyweight in the world when it comes to the women's rankings. The thing is, both of these women have knockout power, and I want to see who can tap who first to, like, go to sleep. That's going to be an interesting fight.
Can we talk about how much I love Valentina Shevchenko?
Dude,
I love her. She's amazing. She's so great. I love everything about her. She's so fun. She's fun, but she's also just a monster. She's so skilled. She's so damn good.
She's a monster who can dance. That's the freaky part.
She can dance, right? That footwork, right? She's fantastic. And then she has lost to Nunes twice, but those were close decisions.
Which I think she won that second one.
They're pretty close. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them go for a third time. But I don't know if she's going to go. Well, the thing is, now we talked about this before. I don't think Nunes is going to go back to 135. So
no,
we'll see.
I could see her being champ if
she wants to go back up. That's very possible. Very possible. Yeah. Anyway, that's open. Geez, I didn't think about that. I don't know. I don't know if she has either. I mean, she might as well if you want to go through two belts. I mean, because she's pretty much clearing everybody out in that division. I mean, her and Andrade would be a good fight. She's fighting Jennifer Maia. Those would be good fights. I think she'll win both those fights.
Oh yeah.
But after that, go up and fight whoever. Still, I don't think they announced what's going to happen with that bantamweight belt yet. So
No, but I do think Valentina needs to be, and to me, I mean, even with that, I'm trying to think of her name, Lioness. Again, we just were talking about her.
Nunes.
Yeah, Amanda Nunes. To me, like again, I think she lost to Valentina in that second fight. So like to have her go and take her crown that she kind of deserves, but the judges didn't give to her. It's definitely a tangible thing, and she could go up and down because she's still a young woman. Like she's still what's in her late 20s, something like that.
Shevchenko, I don't know. I just came off of her page.
Okay, yeah, it's women's fighting right now. I'm gonna say is like there's few fights I don't want to see. Where that these women are going to be insane when they're fighting and just going at each other.
That's true. We've talked about multiple fights that possibly happen down the road to the last couple episodes and today. And yeah, I'm excited for all of them, man. There's a lot of great matchups there.
Oh, yes. It's nice. It's nice to actually have this, dude.
I think they just added it to the to the December pay-per-view. They added Angela Hill and Tisha Torres rematch.
Oh, really? That'll be a good one.
I don't know who won the first one. I don't remember.
I think it was Angela Hill, wasn't it? I thought it was Angela won that.
I can't remember. I like watching Angela Hill fight too, man. She's a beast.
She's a savage. I like it. I love
what
it.
Are we looking? What was I looking at? She's 35. Shevchenko was 35.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's older than I thought she was too.
Jesus, I thought she was in like her late 20s.
Well, she's a sister. Her sister's about that age, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, man, for like the power she possesses is just remember, I just mentioned Miss Jéssica I, that head kick.
Oh man, that was scary.
That big meaty power thigh just going up against her head, or no, her wasn't it? No, yeah, it was just her shin bone just baseball batting off of Jéssica I's head was one of the more scarier knockouts I've ever seen. So
yeah, that's another one of those what I said the other day about the Buckley knockout with those 2x4 standing up.
Yeah,
let go of a 2x4. It's on when someone gets knocked out when they're standing up, they're out, but all of a sudden they just timber, right? Yep. They hit their head flush on the ground. That's another one of those, man. Those scary. They just fall from the however tall they are, just all the way down. Boom. And that was one of the nastiest knockouts you'll see, man. That was sick. She crushed that lady.
My God. And I still remember, I can remember that in my head and just remember hearing like that little clap off the top of the head was like,
yeah. And there was a crowd then. You could hear that.
Yeah. Thing. Like, oh my God. What's what's one of your, besides that one, what's like one of your favorite knockouts you've ever seen on any UFC pay-per-view that you've watched?
Oh, I don't know. The first one that came to my head was relatively recent, but the Masvidal Askren knockout. I mean, that was one that I jumped out of my seat when I saw it and said, "Holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck!" And no one was around me. I was home by myself watching it. I just got up screaming at my television, "Holy fuck!" So that's recently the ones that I know for a fact that I've watched on a pay-per-view. Another one I remember watching with some of my friends back in the day. Was it Mike? What's his name? Mike or Mark Russell and Todd Duffy?
Okay.
That one where Todd Duffy was dominating him for like 2.5 rounds, and Russell just throws a straight and knocks him out. It was such a great comeback. And like the Czech Congo, Pat Barry, there's tons of them, man. Yeah, anything Roy Nelson's ever done, anything Mark Hunt's ever done, like there's a lot of them.
Oh my God. My favorite one, I'd have to say,
that Joaquin Buckley is amazing.
Joaquin Buckley, like, dude,
recency bias, but it's pretty damn good, man.
Who cares? That'll go down. We said it when we talked about it on our last podcast, or on that podcast we did for that one, which I believe was episode 30, the previous episode we did. What I loved about that episode or that knockout is that will be talked about forever. Like that's
probably, yeah.
Like that'll be a highlight nobody never sees in MMA, like on pay-per-view, talking about it. My favorite is I forget who it was, upkicked James Vick. That one was
Nico Price, right?
Yeah, Nico Price when he upkicked James Vick and just completely fucked his world up.
He also knocked out Randy Brown with hammer fist from the bottom.
Yeah.
That was also great. So just Nico Price is a bunch. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Disturbing.
Sheesh. Yeah, there's tons of, but no, you're right about that Buckley knockout. The thing I love about the Masvidal Askren knockout the most is that Askren's a stud.
Yeah.
He's not, Buckley, no one knew who Buckley was. Not too many people. I mean, we did. We talked to him on before, but knew who he was. Now he's, they just gave him another fight, because people are excited to see him fight again. He's fighting again this year. I don't remember which card. I don't remember who's fighting either. But they just gave him a fight. But I mean, Masvidal, Askren, those are two real tough guys. And, a really tough guy like Askren got knocked down in 5 seconds by an insane flying knee.
That was probably the sickest. That'll be one of those knockouts as well, like the Joaquin Buckley, because it just came out of nowhere. You didn't expect that to land. You didn't expect that to be a thing because you thought, maybe Askren will be smart about this. Fuck no, he wasn't. He just went in for a takedown and
Silva Belfort too was another one because it's the first time I ever saw somebody throw that front kick to the face like that and knock a guy out cold.
Yeah, and Brian Ortega threw a couple of those as well against Korean Zombie, dude. That I thought.
I know people use them now and they work, but it's just funny because you never saw anyone even throw them before.
Yeah, it wasn't even
an option. And he throws and knocks them out. Then all of a sudden you see him. It is funny. It's funny how that works, right? I mean, how many shoulder strikes from the clinch have you seen since Conor did it to Cowboy?
Yeah,
more than you did before. More than you did before, for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping that'll be a UFC 4 move that they use for like DLC, like a move DLC.
Maybe the next patch that comes out, which probably will come out in a week or so. Probably after the pay-per-view. I think it's usually when they do it, like once a month or so. They did one. They added Calvin Kattar and Pedro Munoz. That was the last one.
Nice.
Yeah, I played it a little bit the last couple of days.
I like the dog fighting arena. It's quite nice. I still like.
Yeah,
it's
backyard
fun.
cage.
Yeah, that one's hilarious, man, to me because it's just like, and they're bare knuckle, which is like, yes, exactly how I want like my street fights.
What is that? Is it Street Beefs? That YouTube channel?
Street Beef.
They have like their own like wooden cage they made in someone's backyard and they have fights. And I'm like, I don't know how they're getting away with this, but it's awesome.
Well, I think that's what we should do. Have bro beef and go from there.
The thing is that people I know, man, they take it too seriously to actually do that. I know some people, well, you know what? There's probably people around here, not the ones that train, but some people that would do it. Maybe not the guys who actually train. I don't know. Maybe some. Who knows?
I think we should get the next bare knuckle fighting pay-per-view that happens because that's coming up. And I want to kind of watch that.
Probably, you can get it. I probably won't pay for it. I kind of want that thing to go under. I really do.
I love it. I love it.
I don't think it's that entertaining, and it's just funny how much money they're throwing at people. This backing bridge trucks up to people to fight bare knuckle.
And I love the fact it's legal. Like the fact it's legal in a state like Louisiana and I think Florida as well. 2 states that absolutely should have bare knuckle boxing in it.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Like,
I still wish they'd do it in jeans. They should make them wear jeans.
Jeans, and they all have to have curly Q mustaches, even if fake or real. I don't care.
That's bonus. You get a bonus point from each judge if you have a curly mustache. That's be good.
And then you have to fight and you must fight like this with the curly Q mustache on. Like this is how you do it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to hold your fist higher than your nipple.
Bare knuckle fighting, sir. Just bare knuckle fighting. There's an actual organization. Show respect to the fighting of the.
He doesn't know he's learning. All right.
I know. That's why I'm correcting him like a good houseboy should.
Harrison is the greatest person on earth. You're forgetting this. And his birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday to Harrison.
He's a young man. He makes us feel like old people. Oh, as I just readjust in my chair here.
Your recliner.
Could we not? We don't have that technology. We couldn't pull those rankings up. It's okay. I just was.
No,
I don't. It's okay. We don't need to. It doesn't matter anymore. But I don't know. I don't know what we can do. So I'm just throwing out suggestions.
Slowly learning, sir. We should.
You know what we can do? Whatever Harrison does is what we can do. Boom.
Yeah. Love it. But let's talk about.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about this Jimmy Crute fight that happened
Dude.
Like, wow. Wow, son. Jimmy Crute is a savage and a half. And it took just 2 minutes and 1 second to throw everything at Modestas Bukauskas that he possibly could.
Yeah, man. Book got it, man. He got starched by this dude. For sure.
How embarrassing. Like, I felt Jimmy Crute did something that was just in my, I know it was meant in like good faith and everything, but you got to think like Bukauskas was looking over going, what's this fucking guy doing now? When he knocked him out, just sat next to him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things that I mean, the refs never like you to do it. They want you to get away from the guy.
Yeah,
because that's their protocol and whatnot. They don't want you to, give him a minute. They want to make sure he's all right. Get the doctor in there, look at him before you even go over and say, "Hey, good fight." Right? Shouldn't touch a dude after he got messed up. Right?
Yeah,
especially if you knock him out. But like you said, it wasn't good faith. He wasn't trying to be that guy. He was trying to be the opposite. He was trying to be the good guy, right? The sportsman. But it always looks weird, and refs hate that, man. If we ever got the ref on we were supposed to have.
Yeah,
which we will. I'm going to message him soon. And the other guy too, who I'm not saying who it was because I still want to keep it a secret, and I think we'll get him. So
yeah,
if we can work it out, because he was going to do it just the time we had, he forgot, and then the time he could, we were asleep. So something like that. So we can get that done, I think. And now I actually do believe that that was him talking, by the way. Right.
And thank you.
In his Instagram page, that was him. So I do think we'll get these guys. And the other guy, Bobby Wallbacker, was golfing, and he said he could do it in between rounds. And we could have just got him on for a minute in between rounds. But.
I want full attention, Bobby.
Well, I mean, if that's their only option, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take that if that's their only option. But it wasn't a big deal to reschedule, which we haven't done yet. But
yeah.
Oh, did we reschedule Pat Miletich? We keep telling everybody we're gonna have Pat Miletich on. I don't believe a liar too. But we have been talking to him.
Yes, so we have. But I'm letting him kind of do his own thing right now because there's some just with COVID and everything, some stuff has come up.
It's not much of a hurry. It's not like there's something specific we want to talk to him about that's coming up.
No. So it'll just be
mostly talk about the past. So
yeah, we'll have Pat on in the coming future, and then we'll also I want to get like Gene Walker back on, and I want to get some of the other people I know from like American Revolution on, which I want to do that one. I want to get Tim Stafford on. I want to get Comer on. George Comer, Bonesaw, is one of my buddies. Haven't talked to him in a while. I love you, George. If you're watching this, you're amazing. Shout out to those guys at American Revolution. Go train with them. They're amazing people. But
we can ask Brogan to come back on like a week before his fight or something if he wants.
I like that. Yeah, Brogan Enders, who is going to be on, or who's on a couple episodes ago and nailed us a lot of views and plays.
All Ray cares about is what's the numbers. I care about people. I care about people and personal relationships and good interviews and good content for the people. Okay. He just cares about numbers. He just cares about numbers. He's a numbers guy.
Yes, sir. I am the TV executive that is actually creative and doesn't tell people not to do things.
No, this was, I don't think it was, we were recording when Gene Walker said this, but he was absolutely perfect. He's like, we're a band, and you're like the guy who would like sell out for the money, and I'm the guy who's like, no, dude, it's all about the art, bro.
Yep.
No. Yeah, that's exactly right. He nailed it. That's exactly our dynamic.
I am a walking real big fish song. I sell out at any point. I do not care. I am a fun human being if I'm being paid enough.
I'll gladly do read. It's not a big deal. Easy.
Well, if we had some, I wish we could.
We've
had political ads that I'm like, no, we're not a political podcast. I don't want to have politics on this show at all. Like, it's just it's weird to me. I don't like talking about politics.
Oh man, I'm honestly nervous about what's going to happen. I mean, not results, just mostly as much as I know I don't want to talk about it either, but I just started the sentence already. Basically, no, what makes me nervous is that we're not going to know the results right away, and I feel like some people are going to get really angsty, and that may cause some problems. That's what I'm trying to say. No matter how it's going. So for which way it's going, that's not. I'm not even saying that. I'm just afraid people are going to get angsty because it's going to take a minute because of the amount of mail-in ballots.
And that's why I say, and I think I speak for Tim as well, to all of our countrymen in this thing who are voting, just relax and let's all just see what happens and then react. That's all I got to say. Like, my thing is, reactions are okay, but let's just kind of breathe, and then once everything's announced, then we go from there.
And don't
burn shit. Don't shoot
hassle
people.
Anybody at the polls, man. They get in line.
Yeah,
they have their minds made up, man. It's not gonna just have their minds. Let them stand in line. Let them go vote, and then do it later. Don't hassle people when they're voting, man. That sucks. That's annoying.
I agree with that. Violence or threats of any cause, of anything, being due to, I'm a partial martial artist. I love shit talking, but yeah, still vote, yo. I love it. That's exactly. It's just,
this guy's got it.
And you can also just support us on our link on any of our things and give us a monthly subscription. That's all we ask, just so we can keep this going and pay Harrison. That's really what it is. Harrison needs
almost all of it would go to him right now. Almost.
Yeah, he would get the lion's share. I would say what 60-40 us. I think that's a good thing to give him. Just
it depends. If we got $20 right now, I'd give it to Harrison. Like,
yeah,
it would take. If we get a little bit more than that, maybe. Like, this is the thing. Like, the only thing we're spending money on is, number one, the streaming thing. We have the ability to, like, it costs us money to put that jiu-jitsu poster up. Like, that's what we've done so far. That's why I'm telling Harrison do whatever he wants, because we might as well use what we're paying for.
Yes.
So you can do whatever, man. Go nuts.
Absolutely, dude.
But that and the pay-per-views, man. I can always get to get the pay-per-views, right? And now, people, I don't really ask for money from my family if they come watch it, but like, they know I'm going to get it anyway now. So
yeah, man, I want to be able to like start an LLC for this podcast, and then
all about business. This guy.
Well, but here's the nice part: all of the pay-per-view things technically would be a tax write-off. I think that'd be a great thing. Spend it.
I see what you're doing, man. We just need to be better at whatever this is. You know what, Harrison? How do we do better? How do we be better?
He doesn't know.
No, I know. That's the thing. If we knew, we'd be working on. So we're just gonna be us as much as possible. And that's what we do. There's more fights we wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah, I want to talk about since we talked about a stoppage. Let's like kind of go into something that was pretty insane to watch. Which and this kind of goes into a reffing thing, but it also goes into fighter not really understanding time clock and where he's at, which was the Antigulov, who I love him.
Yeah, I just watched this before I came on because I hadn't seen it, and yeah, we forgot to tell Harrison this one, but it's Antigulov and Grishin. Grishin.
Antigulov, you can Google the names and do all that. Harrison, you're awesome with that, and we love you. We love you.
We do love you. But no, you're right, man. You're right, man. This was weird. This one was weird.
Yeah, it was strange. What's your opinion on this? What's your opinion on this fight?
Okay, so we had a Grishin won by TKO at 4 minutes and 58 seconds in the second round.
Yep.
He tagged Antigulov. He tagged him, and then he had him up against the fence, and he threw a couple, 1 and 2 at him. Antigulov tried to throw a little hook there, but then he kind of covered up again, and I think I count 9 shots Grishin hit.
Yeah.
At his face. When he was covered up, right? Antigulov was covered up like this, but he took 9 in the hands area. I didn't really tag him hard, but pretty much just leaning on the cage and not really defending himself any more than that.
Mm-hmm.
But geez, right after that, there's 2 seconds left, and then they stopped it. I don't think he was really hurt. I mean, if he was on the ground, he took that many, you'd be like, okay. So I guess on the cage like that, it's kind of the same thing. I'm not saying it was a bad stoppage. I'm not. But I think that guy maybe kind of forgot, man. If he just would have, did one little lunge or anything, or even moved left or right, he would have got through that round because he really wasn't hurt too bad.
Yeah, man.
He could have kept going. But, yeah, I don't think it was a bad stoppage, but.
My view on this was, and I agree with you, Antigulov was not hurt at any point during those 9. It was mostly flying off of his hands. It was really hitting him in the wrists a lot.
But I still think if the stoppage is anyone's fault, it's his. It's Antigulov. It's not the refs. I don't think it's Antigulov's fault.
That's actually the point I was about to go into. You heard him. You heard the clacker at 10 seconds, and then all of a sudden he does cover up. And what I think his thought process was I got 10 seconds. If this dude fucks me, like tries to fuck me up, I got 10 seconds. The referee's not going to stop it. But that's the thing. Like Grishin came in like a house of fire in those 10 seconds and really laid it on, like to the point where Antigulov wasn't doing dick. Like he wasn't doing shit. He didn't look at it. I kind of can understand why the referee stopped it because he was in such a succession. But like it's on it. This was all on Antigulov to understand that, you know, fighting back is a thing. Like you can't this isn't the schoolyard in 3rd grade where you say something and then all of a sudden the bully who's 10 times bigger than you starts fucking, you know, pulling you off, like hitting you in the head. This is, you got to actually do some shit and get yourself mobile. And he wasn't doing any of that. So I can understand why, but I think the sad part was he thought he had time, and you can never assume that. Ever.
Yeah, you know, and good for Grishin for understanding what was happening, or understand that he was covering up. And if he just went with the barrage of 1-2s like he did, like I said, it was like 9 or 10 in a row that he hit before the refs stopped it. Even though he was hitting through his hands, or hitting mostly his hands, he could have went to the body or whatever because that was open. But I feel like he understood he was kind of covering up, and if he kind of went after him, the ref may stop it. So I think it was really smart on his part to do that, because if he would have instead did maybe 1-2 to the head, then went to the body, he wouldn't. I don't think he would have stopped the fight.
No.
So yeah, even though he wasn't doing as much damage with those as he would if he would have went to the body a couple of times, it got him the stoppage because he had those strikes 8, 9 in a row, however many it was.
Yeah.
Before Antigulov even moved. So
yeah, and what made me giggle the hardest about this whole thing was Antigulov, after the fight was stopped, thought that's another thing that made me laugh, was he thought the round was over, but yet there's usually a horn. It's not just the referee saying stop. There's like a horn that tells you, and I don't think they've used that in where Antigulov is from, Russia.
I was gonna say, do they not? Is there a language barrier with horns?
Do they use a whistle? Like, what's going on? Like, that it's not. To me, this was probably one of the biggest, and I hope it goes down as one of the biggest blunders in our sport when it comes to like stoppages and all that kind of stuff, because of the fact that usually I'm just saying one of the biggest blunders.
I don't know. What's the blunder? Oh, that he didn't know how much time was left?
That he didn't know how much time was left, and the fact that he didn't let the horn go off and didn't keep fighting until the thing, and didn't hear the referee, and then just all of a sudden he thinks the round's over because the referee stopped it. Like that's a huge thing for a fighter to do. Like really,
he also did get tagged, so he might have just been hurt. I mean, that's very possible too.
It could have happened. I mean,
it's probably a little bit of both, but
Grishin tagged him hard a few times,
for sure.
And it was pretty nice to watch. That fight was pretty cool to watch on just like what the fuck just happened. I liked it, man. We've gone an hour, sir, and I say we end this podcast on probably one of the bigger stories in combat sports right now.
Saeed?
Saeed definitely, that was a great knockout.
Hold on. Let me run through a couple of these quick.
Okay. We'll wrap the card up with Tim's wrap up.
Okay. So Saeed, man, he went through this dude Striegel, Britain crushed him. He was supposed to too. He's a really big favorite. Nurmagomedov, who has 2 of the 2 brothers' losses. Like he's pretty good, but his brother hasn't lost at all. So he's not quite as good as his brother, but he's pretty dang good. Jillian Roberts won. This fight. These guys, I can't remember these guys' name. Gamrot and this Guram guy.
Yeah.
Right? They had the fight of the night. It was fantastic. They went 3 rounds and they had an absolute war. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's great. There's everything. They wrestle. They throw bombs at each other. It's great. It's an awesome fight. They deserve the $50K they got. Even, I mean, listen, you put on a heck of a performance ever if you lose a fight and get a bonus, right? And that's what happens with the fight of the night. Always. And this was a great fight, man. Those guys had a fantastic fight. It was awesome.
Both of these guys had an insane amount of grappling knowledge. It was like watching 2 black belts in a gym go at it. All you want to do is just sit down and like watch them play together. It was creepy. It was like both guys had answers for each other. I believe who was it? Was it Kuta or Guram? Did he try and go for an ankle roll?
I think so at one point.
Yeah. It was watching those guys. Like I was laying on my bed behind me because that's where I'm at. I'm in my room while we record this. Like just screaming at the top of my lungs because it was like watching like an EBI tournament they went into half and half at one point. It was crazy to see these guys' level of grappling on display. Like I was happy to watch that shit.
Yeah, they're great. And this guy's nickname, man, we just need to just call him by his nickname. Because one of those people, we were talking about nicknames we like the most. We didn't really talk about what's real. You have a really great nickname when people stop calling you by your name and you're just your nickname. Yeah. Like Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Cowboy. That's Cowboy. Right? If you say Cowboy, you probably mean Cerrone or maybe Oliveira as well. But like Cowboy. And I remember that poster when those guys fought in Pittsburgh, that poster, Cowboy versus Cowboy. It was great. But Chan Sung Jung, he's the Korean zombie. Yeah. Even on the screen where they had the clock, they had Ortega, zombie. It's awesome, man. He just is zombie now. That's fantastic.
I like Raw Dog too. Raw Dog is another one.
Pervert again with the perversion. It's all
because it's funny.
Oh man, I found a less perverted partner for the show. Anybody, man. Almost anybody. All right. This guy's nickname is the Georgian Viking.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that and was like, that's actually pretty dope. I can't hate on that. Trying to think of Brandon Royval has a Raw Dog fucking name. Yeah.
He's good. I like him.
Yeah. He definitely Raw Dogged. What was his name? The last guy he beat.
I don't remember his name either, but I remember it. That was a good fight. Was there anything else on this card? Jonathan Martinez looked really good against Thomas Almeida.
That guy, Jonathan Martinez, scares me.
Yeah.
He really scares me. He's super soft-spoken and is just a monster on his feet. And I was like, God damn, dude. Like, this guy needs to, like, at least talk more. Like, we need to get him into the Bro Bro Plata school of shit talking, like we have for a few other people that have been on our show. I honestly think that, like, that guy's gonna be something in the UFC coming up quick. So that's gonna be a nice.
Probably he's in what, the bantamweight division. That's a good division. And all kinds of good fights there, Ray. All kinds of good fights.
Well, let's just break down the final thing, which I'm happy for. This shockwave.
Is it my game show?
Well, the game show we're working on developing, except we just can't get trapdoors right now. COVID's kind of let the
the Wheel of Combat.
Oh yes, the Wheel of Combat. Turn.
Want to do beer grappling or maybe the Wheel of Combat, whichever one we can pull off. Right. This is the idea. Real quick. Okay, you have 8 competitors. Right, they're fighters. You spin a wheel. First wheel. Who you're gonna fight? Boom. Number 2. Spin the wheel. Boom. Method of fighting. You got boxing. You got kickboxing. You got submission grappling. Maybe you have submission grappling with a gi, right? Maybe you got one other one like Jim Kata. I don't know. Something else. Dance contest, maybe a little sliver of the wheels, just like dance contest, something fun, right? And the third one is where you're going to have this fight. You're going to have it in a boxing ring. You're going to have it in a cage. You're going to have it in a mat. You're going to have it in a literal phone booth or something else really fun. Are we going to put 2 guys at a hula hoop and have them fight? Yes. No, a little, something weird, right? Something weird.
Why does this sound like the greatest thing I've ever heard? This is the greatest.
Listen, I'm an idea man. All right. I don't really
need to make this happen.
After the idea stage, and Harrison will tell you this, after the idea stage, I usually fizzle out. I usually get lazy. I don't really fizzle. It's just like get lazy right after the idea stage. But I had ideas, man. I had ideas, right? And then then they do it like a tournament, right? You do it. So you have 3 fights in a episode, and and you have the champion of the Wheel of Combat, right? It's like a tournament.
Boom. I love it. I love the idea.
Amazing idea. Boom.
I think we need to make this happen. Coming to a garage or near you. Wheel of Combat, and then also I think we should have something where it's like where we just like we show the wheel, and then the next thing it cuts to whatever that fight will be. I like that idea. Give a handicap, like someone does have to wear a gi, someone else has to wear like gi pants.
So many possibilities, Ray.
That is a good idea.
Possibilities, right?
We'll talk about that off air, sir. I think
the most expensive thing would be finding good wheels.
Nah, we can just find a piece of plywood and glue shit on. I think
we need some carpenters, man. We had one on the show.
Yes.
Boom.
100,000. The 1,000 watt. The 1,000 watt, baby. Go check out that episode. I was thinking
maybe calling. Check out that episode. 100 megawatt wouldn't be too bad either. Just megawatt. I like 1,000 watt just because it's kind of more ridiculous. There's another one, gigawatt. But the thing about that is you can't say it fast or like say it mumbling. It's going to sound something different. So,
what about Hunter? Say what?
Say what?
That would be an awesome
maybe. Turn down for. Turn down for
would be a great one.
Turn down for what? That's like we gave a guy in this card, Jamie Malarkey. We gave him a nickname earlier. It's a whole lot of
malarkey. I love the names that we come up with because we're geniuses. We're marketing geniuses. Everybody, nobody knows that. I may also have a marketing person soon for Bro Bro Plata, so that's always going to be fun.
Sheesh, should be interesting.
It's going to be.
How do we get people to do stuff voluntarily for us? We're not that nice of guys, are we? Well, we're not mean. I mean, we're relatively nice guys.
Yeah, we
are nice guys.
Give us a thumbs up on this video if you think we're a nice guy, and then give us an angry thing if you think we're dicks. People actually think
to each other, but that's kind of the charm of the podcast, right?
Yeah, especially with Fat Jesus and my boss. I think that Fat Jesus and my boss. I think that would be a great show for us to do. Fat Jesus and my boss.
Right after Punch Drunk Polacks.
Yes, airing only on and only Quibi.
The dog's name is Pierogi.
Oh, I love you, buddy. I want to end this though, because I want to end this on a big thing, just because, like I said, this is a huge thing that happened in the world.
Boxing, dude.
Boxing. We don't talk about boxing.
I know, but this is one of those fights, right? Look at my hands. Look how excited. This is one of those fights where you're like, this is why I love boxing. That's right.
Yeah.
This is why I give any MMA fighter crap when they say they don't like boxing. Some of my friends who are fighters say they don't like boxing. I'm like, do you watch fights like that? Watch something like that and tell me you don't think it's awesome. Number one, their hands are amazing. They're so good. Well, those guys can't do anything. They don't have to. They're boxing, but it's look how damn good their hands are. They're amazing. This kid Lopez, man. I mean, he was a champion. This is the unification belt for the.
He was the IBF world champion. Came out of nowhere on the Top Rank scene and just KO'd. I forget who it was that he KO'd for the IBF world title. And he's been Lopez and his dad, who I love both of these guys. I love these are shit talkers, obviously. So I'm already been talking shit for 2 years on Vasily Lomachenko and how they were better than him. They knew that this was going to be a fight that Lopez was going to dominate. For 2 years they've been saying this. And like proved them. I mean, you look at when shit talking goes right, this was the perfect like thing to see, because if you Lopez, I mean, a strength guy, was known for being a power puncher. That's how they sold this fight: power puncher versus the most technical guy in 135 division, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but Lopez
skill, though.
Yeah, he looked technical, man. He looked fantastic, man. And he made Loma have to kind of throw hard there at the end, right? He had to kind of try to win those rounds back, or and maybe try to finish the fight. If anyone who knows boxing a little bit knows who Lomachenko is, but if you don't, he's amazing. He's been dominating for a very long time. He's fantastic. He's really good. One of the best. If not
he's
the best,
definitely the 135 Klitschko without the hugging.
Yeah,
like, he's definitely
he's fun to watch. He doesn't allow you to sleep like the Klitschko's did.
Yeah. No, Vasily, like, I watched a couple of his fights a couple of years ago when he was first starting to really gain traction. And man, you want to, what I love too, and this is something nobody brings up anymore, liver shots are starting to make a fucking comeback in fighting. Like, liver and kidney shots are really starting to make a comeback in fighting. And Lopez was just was throwing off Lomachenko's timing with those hooks to the body, with those straights to the body, and making it a fight that was really kind of outside of Lomachenko's element a little bit, because I mean, Lopez was meeting him on everything. It was kind of cool to watch him cut Lomachenko off like a bouncer at a club. Like, it was he went combat wombat.
Because people don't do that, right, to him. Because he's an angle guy, Loma. So man, we're super impressive, Lopez. Well, a lot of things, but really beginning of that fight, he was dominated. He won a lot of early rounds. He was doing fantastic. Then Lomachenko became Loma again and started getting some rounds back. But the most impressive thing was that last round. And at least on one of the judges' scorecards, that last round was the deciding round. And Lopez, after losing the last maybe 4 rounds, I think, or something like that, after Loma started getting back into his groove, right? And you're saying this is a pretty darn close fight now. And you're like, okay, now the tables have turned. It was Lopez, now it's Loma for the rest of the way. That last round, Lopez turned it back on and won that last round. That was a big deal. That was one of the most impressive things in the fight for me. Actually, the whole thing was impressive. Also on ESPN Plus, if you have ESPN Plus, you haven't seen it, check it out. It's awesome.
It's up there right now, and
it's great. I might watch it again. I probably will. It's awesome.
That was one of those classic. That was one of those classic back and forths, and I would have given those last 4 rounds.
Also, think the judges got it right.
Oh yeah,
I know. Was Andre Ward is the announcer there? Or was it Hopkins? Andre Ward.
Yeah, I think Andre Ward was on. Yeah, Andre Ward was on commentary. Yeah.
He had it even, and it looked, but I don't think it was even. I think the one judge that had it was 115, 114, or 115, 113. That's right. Like 1 round. I think it was 1 round up for Lopez. That's what I had. I know one judge that had it like 119, 108 or something like that, and that's kind of. But I think they got it right. I didn't think it was a draw, and I definitely didn't think Loma won. I think at worst it would have been a draw. But
do you know who was judging some of those fights yesterday or last week?
Is that Adelaide Bird?
Oh, I heard her name said a few times. She was actually the first. She was one of on the first fight that. Oh man, now I'm gonna look this up because I have to.
Well, she didn't do the main event. I know that.
No, she did not do the main event. But she was on. I think it was the first card on the main card, or the first fight on the main card, which went to a knockout. I think his name was. Oh man, why can't I remember that?
I'd rather her do boxing. I mean, because she knows more about boxing than she does MMA, so I'd rather her do boxing. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna say I think I got that right. There's something else I was gonna say about the decision. I don't quite remember now. I think that was about right. I think they got it right. That was about what I was gonna say. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. 12 rounds, even amount of rounds seem really silly to me, man. It sounds really silly because you get so many draws that way, right? I feel like you need odd number rounds.
12. I mean, the
reason the UFC doesn't do 6 or 4, right? They go 3 to 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a reason Major League Baseball doesn't have a 6-game World Series.
Yeah. I look at like how boxing is when it comes to like the round system. And yeah, that 6th round or the 12th round, it can go either way. And I mean, that's the one thing that like, yeah, I'd like to see at least. Yeah, I agree with you. 13 rounds would actually be pretty sweet, but I think that's more of a superstition than it is anything.
You know what though? Even those guys, high level guys, they could do 3 more. They could go to 15. They used to do 15. After 15, I think it's crazy. It used to be like 18, 20 rounds. But I think 15 is doable still for most guys. Even heavyweights, man. Even when Wilder and Fury fought last, they could go 3 more. They had 3 more in them.
Yeah, I could definitely see adding 3 more rounds, making it 15. But like, you have to also think about it, like,
or get rid of one. That's fun too by me.
Yeah, 11 rounds would be kind of fun to watch. Plus, it would be fun to watch a movie with John Cena called 11 Rounds instead of 12, because that was a terrible, terrible film.
The prequel. Didn't they make like 10 of them? They made a bunch of them.
Yeah. And 2 of them had The Miz.
Gonna say, have they not? Yeah, didn't they replace John Cena with The Miz at one point?
In The Marine.
The Marine, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking The Marine. I don't know. I'm waiting for 11 rounds, the prequel to 12 rounds.
Yeah.
What I want one called a prequel called 4 Rounds starring Butterbean.
That would be
Butterbean
awesome.
And Matthew Modine and Nic Cage. 4 rounds.
All day, every day, son. That sounds like a winner. But you know what else sounds like a winner, Tim?
I don't know, but I bet something really corny is coming.
This podcast, we're winners. You know why? We went an hour and 20 minutes today of sheer awesomeness on the Bro Bro Plata podcast live on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate everybody. Harrison, bring your bad self into this so we can see.
Yeah, he's been here the whole time, I think.
Yes. Put our social medias up as well so everybody can see our lovely social medias for us.
There we go.
There we are.
Harrison, we need more production. I don't know what. Like I said, do whatever you want. Can we get a soundboard? I don't know. Just whatever, man. Like I said, let's get some of those weird sounds. What that Price is Right sounder. The wham, wham, wham.
I'll see what I can do.
I want whatever you want, man. Whatever you want.
But yeah, guys, we appreciate you guys being with us every time we do one of these. All 2 of you, which is probably Harrison and both of them.
I'm on YouTube and Facebook.
Yay! We're having you.
Should we just quit, Ray? Let's just quit.
No. This is fun.
It is fun.
I was about to say, Harrison finds it fun, then somebody else will, as long as they watch. We will be doing one tomorrow. You want to catch that one.
Is Harrison going to be here?
Okay,
yep. Good.
We'll do it 4:00. Sound good for you, Harrison? Is that doable?
It works for me, yeah.
All right, then 4:00 tomorrow, live on StreamYard, Facebook, YouTube. I'm going to set up a Twitch tonight.
What now? What now?
A Twitch.
Harrison, we need to cancel Twitch. That's an offensive name.
Harrison, do you stream on that evil platform?
I watched some people, yeah.
Okay, then guess what?
People with Red syndrome. Harrison, we need to get him canceled, man.
Okay,
let's do it. We're canceling Twitch.
Before we're even on the goddamn servers, you're gonna
cancel it. Our Twitch stream is going to be Harrison and I screaming about how awful Twitch is for taking that name. We're going to try to cancel Twitch while on Twitch. And Twitching because we can't help that.
But no, man, yeah, we're gonna start doing these more often. Once we get Harrison Harrison and I and Tim get a nice schedule going. I think this is. I mean, Eargasm is doing it. Shout out to them and their pretty faces. But like at the same time, I want to start doing more of these. I think this is going to be the future, and I want to be on that wave. I want to make sure I don't look like a Hawaiian surfer in the 50s, just going face first on a bad board. But yeah, man, we appreciate everybody. You can catch us at Bro Bro Plata. And our lovely streaming services that you will be able to see us for the post of the stream after that. And for Tim Danko and Harrison Poole, I'm Ray Highclack, and we will see you at the fights coming up. We're going to do one tomorrow, 4 p.m., breaking down or previewing Khabib Nurmagomedov, Justin Gaethje coming up this. So that should be interesting, to say the least. I've got opinions. So does Tim.
Yeah, we're gonna fight tomorrow.
This is going to be a very heated podcast, and it's going to be interesting to watch. So you guys watch the live stream at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. This might be a 3-hour podcast. Who knows? This could turn into
can't
some
be a 3
shit.
I have a high school football game to go to. It can't be a 3-hour podcast.
Okay, then 2-hour, whatever.
I can pull that off. Go Quakers.
Go Quakers. Go New Philly Quakers. Woohoo! Thanks, guys, for watching. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.